lives for danger. He lives for the moment. He lives on the edge.
Whoever she was, I must have scared the living daylights out of her.
James Bond, 007, The Living.
Welcome one and all to an all-new video. So once again, we are going to be doing a movie review of the next James Bond film in my James Bond series review. That's right. So we're going to be talking about the amazing, the awesome 15th film of this awesome series. So we're going to get right into that. But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so don't miss out on this video and the other videos I put up. And as always, people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms, such as Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, where I post pretty much on a daily basis. So definitely check that out too, people. And as always, let's get right into this. Welcome, YouTube and all social media lands. Welcome to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're going to be doing the next James Bond movie review in my James Bond Review-a-thon, which happens to be the 15th film known as The Living Daylights. Oh yeah, The Living Daylights. Woo! So this is, like I said, the 15th entry and also the first to introduce the new James Bond, Mr. Timothy Dalton himself. That's right, this is his first outing, people. Oh yeah. So this film, once again, is just another great, awesome James Bond, entry into this awesome series, which I was actually really surprised because I have never seen any of the Timothy Dalton-led James Bond films before. And let me tell you, I was, big high horse Roger Moore, but Timothy Dalton really changed my aspect of the James Bond, so he's going to be up there too once I'm done with this review. So anyway, so once again, we have returning director for this film that has done the previous 3 films in the James Bond series, known as Mr. John Glenn. Oh yeah, John Glenn, woo, John Glenn, woo. So John Glenn once again returns. This is his 4th outing as the director of the last 4 James Bond films. And this guy, like I said, knows his stuff, and he just makes each film better and better. Now, another film that he actually directed that I haven't had the pleasure of checking out, but I've heard good things about this film. And actually, it is a TV-led film. It actually was made for TV that he did this one. And I was really surprised, how great the reviews and everything were on this for a television film. So I was really shocked. But that happens to be the film called The Point Man. Yeah, The Point Man. Yeah, so like I said, I haven't seen this film, but from the trailer and from what I read about it, basically it's about this race car team, basically, where these two guys that are, working together, basically have a disagreement and then separate, and then years later, they reunite and they're on the same team and don't realize it, and basically have to get over whatever happened in their relationship in the past. And from what I saw from the trailer and from what I saw in the reviews and stuff, this is a really great film. And once again, John put his great action chops into this film and gave us some really great car racing and just some really good drama and just a really good screenplay. If you haven't seen The Point Man, definitely check it out for John Glenn's directing. I've heard he did a really good job with that television film. Now, when it comes to The Living Daylights, like I said, I think he improved on each film he did. And this one is super amazing. I was so surprised at how good this film was. I mean, from the get-go, it is action-packed and keeps you, involved in the film. It keeps you wanting to watch it more and more. And with such a superb cast, John did such a great job of giving this really well-rounded, awesome new addition into the, amazing Bond series that, came out in 1987. So, I mean, this is, almost a 40-year-old film. But at the same time, it still holds so well. And even the digital transfer looks really amazing on this film, too, for being such an older film, which I was really impressed with. John just did an amazing job with this film, and I thought that he gave it some really good action sequences and like just really good dialogue and a good story. If you haven't seen The Living Daylights, definitely check it out. It's really well done. So like I was saying before, this has a really great ensemble cast of actors and actresses that are just really superb and really awesome at their craft. Now, to start us off in this is the James Bond himself and his, like I said before, his first outing as James Bond in the James Bond series, Mr. Timothy Dalton! Oh yeah, Timothy Dalton! Woo! Timothy Dalton! Absolutely love Timothy Dalton. I mean, you know, before I started watching these James Bond films, and I hadn't seen him in these before, I had seen him in plenty of other things over the years, and I just think he's a tremendous and amazing actor, and I just really enjoy him. Now, you might recognize him, of course, from, like, Doom Patrol. You might recognize him from sort of Broadway things over the years and so forth. But one film that really always sticks out for me, and he plays such a great bad guy character in, and it's just one of my favorite roles of his, and of course, is the film called, wait for it, Disney's The Rocketeer. Yeah, The Rocketeer. Oh my god, this is such a great movie. I saw this in theaters back in '91. This movie is awesome, amazing, and Timothy Dalton plays the bad guy to the T. Absolutely love his character. Because it's supposed to be set back, you know, back in like the 30s or 40s, if I remember correctly. The character that Timothy Dalton plays is basically like Errol Flynn almost. And I thought Timothy Dalton did a good job of impersonating what Errol Flynn was like and how he would be. And, you know, he took the good of Errol Flynn, but made it a bad guy version. And that's what I got from his performance in that film. He just was so awesome. I loved his chemistry with Jennifer Connelly, Billy Campbell, Alan Arkin, everyone in this film. He just worked so well with and made a great bad guy performance. If you haven't seen The Rocketeer, definitely check it out. It's worth the watch. Now, it comes to performance as James Bond, his first outing, I was really impressed. I mean, from his suave sophistication and his completely different approach to James Bond versus Roger Moore, I really digged it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was such a different comparison to Roger Moore and just made me more and more interested in James Bond because he gave such a different performance. Because I like that Timothy Dalton changed it where it was more, he was very stern. He was a lot more aggressive and he was a lot more like, oh, I'm doing this and this is how it's going to be done. And I thought that was very much more like Sean Connery type of James Bond. And, you know, but a little bit more aggressive. And I just thought that he brought such a great sophistication and just was a really great playboy, too, as well. Like I said, I'm really impressed with Timothy Dalton as this character. And I have to put him up there with Daniel Craig and Roger Moore for me. He's in my top 3 with those guys combined together, basically being #1. Because he was just really superb. And I was really impressed with him. Really great job. If you haven't seen Timothy Dalton in anything, definitely check him out in The Living Daylights. He was really amazing. So the next actress I'll be talking about is an amazing actress that is really superb and really enjoyable, and definitely not my favorite Bond girl, but definitely was interesting in this film. And that happens to be the actress known as Miriam Diabo. Oh yeah, Miriam Diabo. Ooh, Miriam Diabo. Ooh. Now I don't know if there's any relation to the other Diabo in the amazing, you know, Hollywood elite, but this Miriam Diabo is, like I said, she's superb. She's really good. She's not too shabby, but definitely not my favorite Bond girl that I've seen in previous James Bond films. She definitely brought an interestingness to this character, but at the same time, I thought she lacked things in this character, and I didn't think that she was as strong as some of the other female characters that I've seen, and at the same time, I thought she was kind of a little bit almost lame a little bit. I thought she was kind of like, what is me? You know, a little too girly. Because a James Bond girl should still have some spunk. So, I mean, I definitely didn't think she was the greatest, but at the same time, I don't think she's a bad actress. Now, one film that she was in that I really enjoyed her in and thought this is probably her best performance ever was a great 1985 film starring Gregory Hines called White Nights. Yeah, White Nights. Ooh, this is such a fantastic film. It's a drama film with romance, with action, with, you know, all kinds of different elements. That's just a really superb film. And Marion plays a really interesting character in the film. She's actually one of the girlfriends in the film of one of the main characters, and she actually brought a really great dramatic performance and just gave us this really superb, like, you felt like she really was together with her character. You really thought that she was that girlfriend. She just did a really superb job in that film. If you haven't seen White Nights, definitely check it out for Marion's performance. She was really amazing in the film. Now, like I was saying before, when it comes to performance in The Living Daylights, like I said, I don't think she's the best Bond girl, and I don't think she was the greatest. But at the same time, she still was entertaining and enjoyable in the film, and definitely not the worst, I feel, but definitely towards the worst of the bottom for a Bond girl. Definitely looking forward to seeing her in more stuff, hopefully, eventually. I mean, she's not that old. She still has a lot of acting to go. So it'll be interesting to see if she does anything in you know, coming years to see what else. Because what I've seen prior, you know, after this film was okay, too, as well. Not as good as her White Knight performance, but definitely something interesting to see later on. Definitely all around not a bad job, and she did a pretty decent job for this film. So the next actor I like to talk about is actually a well-known actor that we've seen in plenty of things over the years. He's actually a Dutch actor and is just a really superb, always plays really good bad guy characters, and he's no exception in this film. He once again plays a really decent bad guy and just is all around an interesting character. And that, of course, is the actor known as Jeroen Krabbe. Yeah, Jeroen Krabbe. I don't know if I'm saying his last name correct. I can never get it right. But Jeroen is an awesome actor. Absolutely love him in anything he's in. Always love him as a bad guy. He's always a really superb bad guy. And he always brings some real greatness to those characters. Now, another great film that he was in that I really enjoyed was a 1993 film starring Harrison Ford, and he plays another great bad guy. And that, of course, is a film called The Fugitive. Yeah, The Fugitive. Yeah, this is such a superb movie. Absolutely love this film. Based on the TV series, such a fantastic film. You know, Jerome plays such a great bad guy in this. You know, you kind of like him at first, and then you find out that he's actually the bad guy. And, you know, that he's created all this craziness and created Kimball's wife to be murdered and all this stuff. And just like, holy crap, this guy is super evil. And Jerome did such a good job of portraying this character. And, you know, taking that line where, you know, you keep your friends close but keep your enemies closer is exactly what he does in this film. And he did it superbly and to the T. If you haven't seen The Fugitive, definitely check it out for Jerome's performance. He was really awesome in this film. But like I said, when it comes to his performance in The Living Daylights, he did a great job. I loved it. I loved his kind of like demeanor and just like how he brought to life this, you know, evil bad guy character. And I like that, you know, throughout pretty much the majority of the film, you're not sure if he's good or bad. And I like that. And I thought he did a good job of giving us, you know, that, you know, basically that confusion. And I thought he did such a good job of doing that. If you haven't seen Jerome or anything, definitely check him out in The Living Daylights. He was actually really superb in it. So to round out this cast is none other than another great actor that I've seen in plenty of things over the years. He's been in the Indiana Jones films. He's been in a slew of films over the years, and just is a really awesome actor. And that, of course, is Mr. John Rhys Davies. Oh, yeah! Woohoo! John Rhys Davies! Woo! Absolutely love this guy. Always fun. Love his voice. His voice is so soothing to me and puts me to sleep because it's such a great voice. And he's just so fun and awesome and plays so many great characters over the years. And in, you know, The Living Daylights, he just plays a really cool character that is kind of a bad guy, but it kind of comes to the good guy side to help out and to reap the benefits of going kind of neutral in the film. And he does a really good job of portraying that. I really enjoyed him in the film. But another great film that he was a part of that I absolutely love him as this character of Gimli, and is based off of a great book series by J.R.R. Tolkien. And that, of course, is a film called The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Rings. Yeah, the Lord of the Rings series. Oh my god, I loved him as Gimli. He was so freaking awesome. Even with all the problems he had with the makeup portraying Gimli the dwarf, he still was so freaking awesome. And I absolutely love that character. He had so many great one-liners. I loved his relationship with Legolas and just how they work together, and I just think it was so stinking hilarious. Especially in Two Towers when they're like trying to keep count of how many orcs they're killing. Oh my god, it's so freaking hilarious, and John does such a great job of portraying that character and giving us such great comedic timing and just great acting all in all throughout that whole entire series. If you haven't seen John Rhys Davies in The Lord of the Rings, he's definitely amazing as Gimli. He's awesome, he's perfection, and one of my favorite characters in that series. But like I was saying, for his character in The Living Daylights, I really enjoyed him. I loved his character. I thought he played it perfectly. I thought he did a great job, and I thought he gave us a really great essence of who this character is, and, you know, kind of what a person that, you know, does kind of evil things in the background to make money, you know, what a person like that would do in order to kind of save his business, but at the same time, you know, help out and become neutral in that aspect so that he's not a part of the evilness, you know, basically to, you know, keep him from being considered a bad guy and not getting in trouble. And I thought he did a good job of doing that and giving us a really great characterization of what a person would do that would be involved with that. If you haven't seen John Rhys Davies anything, definitely check him out in The Living Daylights. He was really amazing in the film. So what is The Living Daylights about? Basically, it's about Bond trying to save the world once again from basically the KGB trying to take over basically the world. It was a very, I feel, post-Soviet Union type of deal, type of film where they really, you know, focused on the Russians and, you know, kind of them, you know, trying to still take over the world before the fall of the Berlin Wall and stuff like that. And definitely that's the kind of vibe and feel you get from this film. It's very Russian-eccentric, I feel. And basically Bond's got to, you know, stop Jerome Kraby's character, Kraby, from basically trying to, you know, take over the world, basically, kind of deal. It's one of those great films. It's just really well done, really enjoyable, really enjoyed it. Like I said, I was really impressed with this film. I was so impressed with Timothy Dalton, and I just think this is a really superb Bond film. Definitely up higher up in my echelon of the James Bond films, how they did, how they are, and I think it's a top 5 Bond film for me. It just was so superb. If you haven't seen The Living Daylights, definitely give it a try, people. It's worth the watch. So that's it for this video review, guys. Always thank you for watching, thank you for liking, also thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any older, newer videos you might not have seen mine yet. As also, if you want to show support for my channel, definitely check out my links down below, either for the Horror Pack, which is a great subscription service of horror films right to your door every month for a great low price, or my awesome Patreon page where you can see bloopers, outtakes, and all that kind of cool stuff. And that helps support the channel, so definitely check that out, people. And as always, catch you in the next one!